kick-ass switch, putting the K in magic. I'm Joanna DeVoe, and you're watching a video about EFT. EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. And Emotional Freedom Technique is a healing modality that really utilizes the mind-body connection. It's kind of where acupressure and psychology meet in the middle, and I have found it very helpful in my life. It is great for all kinds of things, but it's really good for people who have suffered through trauma. It has helped a lot of people with post-traumatic stress disorder, myself included, but it can also just be great for breaking old habits and addictions. It works really well with the law of attraction. It can be a really great way to sort of program in, for lack of a better word, the affirmations that you're working with. And it is used for healing all kinds of physical disorders, mental disorders, everything from chronic fatigue syndrome to agoraphobia. It's a little bit funny looking and you feel like a total geek when you first try it out, but once it starts working for you, it becomes very addicting and you will become what is known as a tapper. Tapping, which EFT is commonly referred to, is all about tapping on the endpoints of certain energy meridians while focusing on a specific feeling, issue, or memory. And this is kind of what it looks like. It's not that sexy, I know. There are two times that I think tapping is especially effective, and that is either in the heat of the moment, when you find yourself having an emotional reaction to something, or a fear, or a pain, or a sense of fatigue that has been troubling you, or when you have some time alone or with a trusted therapist or friend to work on an ongoing issue that's been bothering you. And there are different ways to tap. The traditional way has you tapping on a point here at the top of your head, and with two fingers moving here to this point. You're going to go all the way around your eye socket, so it's this point of your eyebrow, and then this point of your eyebrow, this point under your eye, this bony part here, right here in between your lip and your nose, here on your chin, and then the soft, sensitive part underneath your collarbone. And then there's another part that's right around where your bra strap is if you're a girl, or where your bra strap would be if you were a girl. And some people can feel it. I'm one of those people. It feels kind of sensitive when you tap there, and other people can't. But if you're in that general area, you should be okay. Or you can tap right here where you would like karate chop something, like that. And you start with the issue. So let's say money. That's a big one for everyone, including me. So you would say, even though I am feeling like a total loser and I am going nowhere with this business I started, I deeply love and accept myself. The even though and the I deeply love and accept myself are kind of the bookends for the statement. And then you move on to here. Even though I feel like a total failure and don't think that I'm ever going to make any money, and all of my friends are laughing at me for starting this stupid business, I love and approve of myself. I deeply accept myself. And then you do that going around to all the different points. Sorry, these 2 points. Some people do right here. I like this area, but traditional is here, 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 and here. So before you do the tapping, you kind of see where you're at on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being very high on the emotional scale, and 0 feeling really nothing much about it at all. So after you're done tapping, just tapping on one side, you see where you are. Maybe it's lessened to an 8 or a 5, and then you do it again. Even though I haven't been very good with money up until this point, I am willing to learn and to keep trying, and I love and accept myself. And then you go and you repeat it to all the different points, like a monkey. What kind of bothered me when I first got into EFT was as you probably know, I am a practitioner of the law of attraction, and I thought it was kind of strange to be repeating these seemingly negative affirmations over and over again. So I would transform what I was saying as I did it into a more positive statement, and then sometimes I would just use affirmations like Louise Hay style affirmations as I tapped, which would look something like this. I choose to believe in magic. I choose to allow magic into my life. I choose to release all doubt and see the magic in every moment. I choose to love and accept myself and release all resistance to magic. I choose to believe in my ability to co-create my reality. Even though I sometimes doubt that, I choose to believe it's true. I choose to believe in magic. I choose to believe in magic. I love and accept myself. Now, one of the great things about doing Kick-Ass Witch is that all of these different practices and healing modalities are things that have not only helped me in the past, but that I'm always learning more about and evolving and then turning around and sharing with you guys. So I get to learn as I go, and this is as much for me as it is for you. And someone commented on the last video that I did saying, well, I like to do faster EFT. And I wrote them back and I was like, are you talking about the little hand chop thing? Because doing this is really great if you're like in traffic or you're out in public somewhere and you don't want to be doing all of this embarrassing stuff, you know, in the middle of the grocery store and having people think that you're crazy. You can just very discreetly do this and it works great. And they never answered me back. So I went and Googled faster EFT and I found the work of Robert Smith, which was very exciting and cool. And I have been working with this all week and I can attest to the fact that it works, or at least it has worked for me working on it for about a week now. And I've really enjoyed his process, not only because it's faster, but because it works better with my law of attraction beliefs and my background in NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, and that is what he has drawn from. He was a student of Anthony Robbins, like myself, at least from afar, and got into the world of neuro-linguistic programming, which is super fascinating, and then ultimately, once he found EFT, he wanted to see if he could make it work better, and he combined the two. So it's NLP meeting EFT to form faster EFT, and it works like this. What's cool is there's less meridian tap points. So you're going to tap here on your third eye, here on your temple, here under your eye on the bony part of your eye socket, here where I showed you just under your collarbone. And then he has you end by firmly grabbing your wrist and saying peace. And I always say peace at the end of my videos, so you know I love that. And what's really cool is the languaging. Instead of repeating the affirmation of what it is you don't want in your life, that even though I hate myself because, instead of saying that, he has you get very clear on the issue that's bothering you and to really use your powers of visualization to create a sensation in your body, and you use that same emotional scale of 0 to 10, and then you tap, and what he has you say is very simple and I think very effective. It's all about I release and I let go, and the feelings that you're releasing and letting go. And this applies to whatever you're tapping on. It's just a very general thing, which I also like, because I feel like our subconscious is very simple, and the more simple commands that you can give it, the more it's going to understand and respond in like, which is a part of neuro-linguistic programming. So here it goes. I release and let it go. All hurt, all anger, all sadness. I release and let it go. All fear, all emotional trauma. I release and let it go. All guilt, all resentment. It's okay to let it go. It's safe to let it go. Peace. And then when you squeeze your wrist and you say peace, he has you visualize, using the power of visualization again, he has you visualize a happy moment, a memory that makes you feel very good and peaceful. And then using that same emotional scale, you see where you are on it, and then you repeat it. And what's cool is instead of tapping repeatedly like this, he's having you program yourself to have to do less and less and less, to where you get to the point where you can just tap in your mind as you're laying in bed. So you would do like this. Let's say you're at an 8 now. You've lessened the intensity and you're wanting to lessen it even more. You just go like this. I release it and let it go. All hurt, all anger, all sadness, all resentment. It is safe to let it go. It's okay to let it go. Peace. And then he has you keep repeating it, but instead of even tapping this time, he just has you going like that, which you can also just kind of do in public without people knowing. So it's a really handy technique, and he's kind of like a manly, like, guy's guy. He's not a very foofy woo-woo guy. He doesn't seem like the type of guy who would be enthusiastically like tapping away at the post office. So of course he would come up with something that's more discreet and simple, and it works. It's wonderful. So since I'm not going to make this channel about EFT, I just wanted to do a quick introduction for you guys. I will link down below to some really great videos and also Robert Smith's website. Let me know if you are a person who has practiced EFT in your life and what techniques you use or prefer. Do you find that it is something that goes well with the law of attraction, or if it's in conflict with your beliefs that you can only use positive affirmations? I thought that when I first started, so I could relate to that, I suppose. I think that negative emotions and fear and stress are not only in your mind, but that we hold them in our body, and that the law of attraction is about emotions and energy and what vibe you're holding. It's not about the thoughts that you have or the words that you say. Of course, the thoughts you have and the words that you say can influence your vibe and influence your emotions and the energy that you're holding, but they're just a pathway to get there. The real attractive, sticky, magnetic point is the way that you feel. So I think that EFT goes really well and hand in hand with the law of attraction, because you are raising your vibration, you're clearing out that old blockage, and it really is fitting that it's called emotional freedom technique, because I find it extremely freeing, and I hope that you do too. Much love. Peace.